Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, and keep the home fires burning. And if we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Have you seen that movie yet, John?
No, sir.
It's a great movie. It's called Big Trouble in Little China. It's a classic.
You did a review on that one recently, no?
Yeah. It's really, really good. But let's get this thing going real quick. But how's your Monday going? Or how was your weekend, actually?
It was good. It went by quick. Today, good weather. Last couple of days have been good weather. Stuff around the house, spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Got the doing some landscaping outside. The necessary stuff.
Yeah, I sold some furniture through Facebook Marketplace, man. And I don't know if you ever sold anything besides statues.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, on Facebook Marketplace, but I swear, like I put a table up for sale, $100, cheap. Get it out of here, I just don't want it in my place anymore. So I'm trying to get out of here. People message you, hey, I'll pick it up tomorrow, but I'll give you $20. And it's like, I want it out of here, but I don't want to I want to get raped at the same time.
I want to be able to buy a lunch with it,
Yeah. So then this person hits me up and goes like, hey man, I'll give you $60. And I was like, you know what? I want it out of here. Pick it up today and it's yours, And then so they come pick it up and there's just like, hey, so I thought the chairs and bench came with it. And I was like, for $60? Like, where did you see that? It was like, I kind of wanted the chairs though. Like I thought it said chairs. I was like, oh, let me look it up real quick, playing dumb. And I was like, oh, look, it doesn't say chairs. It says literally table only. And then she was like, oh, but I want to, but it's okay. It's okay. If you don't want to get rid of the chairs, it's okay. And I was like, you piece of shit.
So did she take the table?
Shipped the table, but it was just annoying to freaking go through that little back and forth. Yeah.
Sure, I'll sell you the chairs. $200 a pop.
The chairs are more expensive than one chair. Yeah, they're pretty nice chairs. Yeah. I was like, I'm not getting rid of these chairs. Yeah. But yeah, I had to do that this weekend. I cleaned up. I was helping a friend of mine take care of their patio, and it's like you said, it's nicer weather, but it's definitely hot. It's definitely hot. It's
Lots
catching
of work.
up. Yeah, my hands got all blistered up, so it was definitely. And yeah, I got actually a new Besta for my freaking statue room, and it's here. I'll show you really quick. So you see how that's always been there? It's a little L shaped thing. Yeah. So I got this off Facebook Marketplace. I paid full price, $60. I used the same $60 she gave me, so I was like, I'll do it.
Did you get there and be like, wait, but I thought the sofa came with it?
I actually made friends with the guy. I was like, hey, what's up, man? You took care of this and everything, but I added on to it, so it's like a whole different
Yeah, but what are you putting there? Like, hello, does that mean pieces are coming in?
Well, it's future problems, right?
Oh boy.
But I got the cabinets, but the whole thing, this is $60. The doors by itself is like $100.
Yeah, that's a good price.
And then the rails, it's like another $20 for per. And I was like, what the? So I just picked it up and I was like, I'll take it. But room for future statues, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, and then I got this today. I got my Comic-Con. I'm going to a Fan Expo, Philadelphia today.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be going there next Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I guess. But I got that. But yeah, it's been a busy weekend, man. But so what's up, everybody? Gabriel, dang man, everyone's here today.
There's a holiday here today.
What's the holiday?
I don't know, Victoria Day, which was I think the Queen that passed mother, her
Victoria.
birthday. So, no, that's a lie. That's July 1st.
Yeah, I thought that was I remember hearing about that day.
Hold on a second. What's the holiday then? May 24 is what it's called here.
Nice pick. Hell yeah.
I don't know what the holiday is. That's embarrassing.
So the cool thing about these, really quick about this extra Besta, I'm going to put my switch outs in there. Because I saw your unboxings, and there's so many switch outs, man. I was like, what are you going to do with all those switch outs? So I'm going to use these for
what?
For the unboxings that you've done. You've done a bunch of unboxings. There's a bunch of switch outs.
Yeah. You're getting... What pieces are you getting?
Well, whenever they come in, I'm gonna put them in
Oh,
there. Yeah.
yeah.
I already have a bunch of switch outs over
Smart.
here. Yeah. So I went to the fabric store or the hobby store and I use cotton for my switch outs. I wrap them up in cotton and put them in the drawers,
Yeah.
and pretty good.
What's going on, Duck? Yeah, it's Victoria Day. I was right. I'm not losing it yet.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that was. So today's topic is going to be. Let me show you really quick. Is focus and how are you keeping to it? Because so what I do in the weekend is I go help people or do whatever whatever I need to do. But whenever it's just downtime, it's just me in the train or me in the car or whatever. I just freaking listen to podcasts or you guys. I rewatch you guys if I missed it, or I try to catch up with like everything that I missed. And I swear, like yesterday, Mike Costa, what's his Collectors Enabled, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy, this guy within 3 months, he makes rules for himself that I feel like not just him, but all of us, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't want to call him out, but I was watching his show yesterday. He makes a rule for himself where he's not going to go past DC, or he's only going to collect Iron Man for Marvel, all these rules, right? But then he goes like, you know what? I'm going to break my own rules that I set for myself. I'm going to get Star Wars. I forget what else he got, but he got 3 other different statues out of his line. He's like, I'm going to eventually open them, but that's for future Mike to worry about. And I was like, you set these rules up for yourself, man. You're breaking your own rules. Like your focus is completely gone, and it's not gone, I would say, but it's definitely like, how do you keep focus and how do you keep to it?
If you have the budget, then who needs a focus? I have no, I gotta focus. There's so much stuff out there. Like, I would be collecting everything, Iron Man, and I'd be collecting movie pieces and comic pieces, and it would be quarter and third and sixth, and there's so much figures, but we gotta be realistic. Money's, of course, limited when you want to do things, investment properties, and other stuff in life you want to get into. So you gotta, no, this is a hobby, so you don't want to go crazy. So for me, it's Batman now. I'm in my kind of honing in on Batman. Anything Batman. I don't even care what scale it is. If I see something I like, that's kind of what I'm sticking to. I'm sticking to that IP. Other than that, I'll dabble here and there a little bit into Marvel, but not the way I used to, where it was like, well, that's Hellboy's cool, and well, that Iron Man's cool, and yeah, no, gotta reel it back in. At least for now. We never know what the future will hold, but for now, I'm focusing on DC.
I was thinking about this today. What if future Steve and future John won the lottery?
And buy Disney.
I was like, you got to make these statues now. We're going to open up the whole Queen Studios tomorrow.
We buy Sideshow. We'll save them from
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
No kidding.
SDCC, we're back.
Yeah, this year. No, man. So I saw his channel, right? Then I saw other guys' channels, and I was like, everyone keeps. It's the deals for me. What kills me, like when I see a deal, I want to jump on it so bad that I'm just gonna break my rule and just collect just this one. And I saw recently a Balrog from Prime One, Balrog versus Gandalf for 1,300, and I was
beautiful
like,
piece, stunning.
I'll put it downstairs. No one's gonna see. But oh my bad.
Jose has summoned CC.
What's up, CC?
Hey, CC.
Perfect timing.
How's it going?
Good. I heard you talking briefly about if you get a deal. I showed John this. I got 2 small original drawings because they're 20% off. Just impulse buy. I told a coworker today, I was like, I was left unsupervised on Friday morning and I got these. But I'm happy about it.
Can't beat the deal.
I know. It sucks though, because deals can definitely derail plans.
Yeah.
Where I've had stuff that just pops up and I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna get anything like that at a good deal anytime soon. Spur of the moment stuff tends to put a wrench in stuff, long-term stuff.
So I saw that Balrog versus Gandalf, and then like I think a month or 2 months ago, I saw a Batman Who Laughs from Prime One, and I was like, I'll break my rule for this thing. This one, you know.
That was a good price.
It was a good price, man, and we know that guy now, so
Yeah.
it's like badass, even more badass of a deal. But then I was like, I start this like, freaking road, and I'm seeing it with my Bowens, man. My Bowens, I just wanted to collect a few, but now I have like literally a big shelf full of them, and I feel like I would be the same way with the Batman Who Laughs. I'll start collecting the Red Death and the rest of the characters.
It's so dangerous.
Because the Red Death is beautiful,
It
man.
is.
Yeah.
I really like that Batman Who Laughs. That one's on my list one day too, and that Red Death. I think they really nailed it. But what's going on, Dennis? But it's dangerous, man. Those good the deals you can find.
It's funny. I guess I'm finding out the topic is how to keep focus.
Yeah.
But-
So like, yeah.
The other thing I did this weekend was, I mean, okay. In my defense, I collect Star Wars and Batman, but there's some stuff that's important to me or nostalgic to me, and I just don't go hardcore as far as collecting goes. And that's what I like about art prints, is that I could justify, like an art print. It doesn't take as much space. It's wall space. It doesn't take as much space as a statue. I can hoard them. If I get something and it's not going to be on the walls, I can always just put it in a portfolio and it's fine. So, but I bought this Fifth Element print that everyone was losing their freaking minds over. And
I love that movie.
I had a friend be like, just hold off. Just don't, because I missed out. It sold out in seconds. And my friend was like, just hold out. The price is going to go down. And I was like, I don't know if it's going to go down that soon. Like, it might, and who knows? Like, I don't, not to be morbid or anything. Well, the artist has a really big following, and I have 2 small prints he did last year that were timed, so they weren't even that limited. And those, I don't see anyone selling them at cost. It's at least 2 or 3 times more than what they retailed for. So for this one, I didn't even get it at, I think it was maybe twice retail. And so I'm like, you know what? Should I just screw it and just get it and not have to worry about potentially missing out if I wait for the price to go down and the price doesn't go down? It just keeps going up. And then, like, I hate to be that person, but God forbid, like, anything else happens to Bruce Willis. So, like, I could totally see that going skyrocket. And I only have, and I told my friend, my mom this actually. I was like, I only have one other Fifth Element print. It's very subtle. So I'm like, I'm like, sorry, Watchmen. I had to watch the print go in that spot wall, and I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
It's like Andy with his toys. There go the toys.
Yeah.
So I did end up getting one aftermarket, and I think it should arrive soon. He shipped it today. It wasn't that. It was I knew how much I was willing to spend on it, and I spent what I planned on spending on it. So, but
you got to want this life. You've got to want it all the way to your bones.
Like literally. That's us when we're like way older. It sucks, man.
I feel that age if it makes any difference.
right.
CC, so I'm gonna go to this Fan Expo Philadelphia next week, and I love art prints too. But I like getting art prints from Artist Alley. Like there's some like unknown artists there, and some of the art always catches my attention. And I build up like this relationship with a bunch of artists too. So whenever I see them at Comic Cons, I take my like little autograph book, and they put 2023, 2022. And the cool thing about one of them, David, I think it's Chris Ominga, he does Spider-Man. So he does Spider-Man one year, and then he did a Venom last year.
And they just do it for free? Like, you just go up to them and you say, right?
So, yeah, they do it for free, but it can't be one of those, like,
Nothing
like
crazy,
an art print, basically. It's just literally a blank book.
Like a little,
Yeah, so... So I'm
a
gonna
little
go
memory thing, sort of like a journal style.
just like a journal. Yeah, literally like a journal. But like we were talking about what were we talking about last week? We are talking about Sideshow not being at San Diego Comic Con,
Right.
And I feel like the thing about those Comic Cons too is like they lure us to other things, you know, like art prints, freaking like art, different types of art, because there's different types of art there too. They sell armor from like Dungeons and Dragons and other video games or games, and it's addicting, man. I think we all have an addictive personality, right? When it comes to collections.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't the topic of discussion, but I think ESC did mention this. I forget, it was a live stream, but like, is there anything else you guys collect besides what we talk about here? I know, like, casual, you've talked about you get souvenirs from when you travel, and you showed like that shelf,
Yeah.
but
I have started collecting little Hot Wheel cars.
okay.
Like out of the box, or do you keep it in the box, or what's the reason behind the Hot Wheels?
The Hot Wheels? Just the Batman ones. There's a couple of series, which is the Batman vehicles. I've been finding them whenever I go to the store. I always check, and if I see any, I pick them up.
It's funny that you say going to the store. I haven't been to the stores in forever, like Target or other places like that. I just ordered through Amazon. But
Yeah.
freaking Sam freaking sold me a Nintendo Switch. I wanted to get one before the trip, and I want a case for it. So I had to go to the store because I don't know. I could have ordered it from Amazon too, but you know, when you go to Amazon, it's like those janky ones where it's like off-brand. It's just
You can't tell whether it's good or not.
yeah,
So,
I kind of want to touch it
Settle.
and everything. Yeah. So I went, and then my ass was, I was looking for this one case I saw on the internet. Like, it's a white and black case for the Nintendo, and I was like, I want this one. I'll order it, but I want to go check it out. And I got to the store, and I saw only one box in the stand, and I ran. I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna steal it! You know, I grabbed that box and I held it while walking around the whole store. I was like, man, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. You know, while everyone's asses was just like staring at me. What the hell's wrong with this guy? But
What did you get into? What is you getting into, the Switch?
the Nintendo Switch, yeah, I got them for my nieces, and I played with them for a little bit. But this trip is only going to be like a 2-hour train ride, and might as well just
Have something
Get
to play
this-
with. Yeah.
because I don't play any phone games. I need a controller to play or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
What about you, CC? Do you collect anything outside the art prints and stuff?
Well, shit, I was hoping you guys were gonna say something like more people. I collect rocks, and I've been told I shouldn't tell people I collect rocks.
Yeah, don't. We'll
All
pretend we
right,
didn't
she's
hear
God.
that,
Yeah. You collect rocks.
Yeah, like I've always, like, even when I was a kid, I was really into like gemology.
Oh, not crack rocks. Real rocks. Okay.
Oh, crack rocks would be cheaper, I think. Honestly, I'm looking to see because I normally have something close. Let me see.
Like, is it those shiny, like, purple gems and stuff? And
Or those feel good rocks, that supposedly you put around you. It gives you.
Wait, oh, that's funny. Here's a piece of a statue that I put inside this. I don't believe in like the properties or anything, but this is a little, like, it's made out of moss agate.
oh, that's cool.
See if the light could pass through and you can see the difference.
Oh wow.
So it's like a little cup that's
Yeah.
made
Is
out
that
of
really?
moss.
That's a rock, though.
Yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
sounds like glass, but
Yeah.
it's a rock. Plus, like, on my desk at work, I have one that's it's green tourmaline in the Matrix. I always love when it's in the Matrix. So it looks like kind of like that's how you found it. It's like a piece of like I said, the Matrix, quartz, granite, whatever, and then like the actual gemstone still there in its like raw form. I have like Herkimer diamonds like that, where it's like a huge chunk, and then inside you can see the little crevices with all the Herkimer diamonds. And then I love the green tourmaline because to me it looks like kryptonite. So I look at
Nerd.
I have, that's true. Polystone. That's a different
Yeah.
type of stone.
Okay, fair enough.
I have one rock that's it's quartz, but it's I'm forgetting how to describe it. It has iron in the center of it. that like shoots out in spikes. I think they call it like a phantom because it's like technically like two different types, and the iron's like encapsulated, but the oxidation between the iron and the quartz means it looks kind of like red and rusty. But that always looked like some shit you'd find on Mustafar to me. So
That's cool.
that's why I like gemstones and gemology. I collect antique jewelry as well. So if you think polystone's expensive, diamonds are expensive. So I don't I tend to be really picky with that, with the antique jewelry at least. Um, and then I'm trying to think what other thing I kind of go crazy for.
So I actually do collect rocks too, but like I went to like if I ever go to the beach or if I go to somewhere that has those types of things, like I went to the red, what do they call them? The red mill forest. It's like those big ass trees in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Those trees. Redwood, yeah. They were like, do not take anything from this property. I hate when people say that. Do not touch the stuff. Do not take stuff from this property. We're trying to conserve it. And I was like, you asshole. Like, why are you telling me that? Like, now
Yeah.
I have to take something. So, of course, I took a bunch of rocks from there. But I got one from, where did I get it from? I got this cool rock from Costa Rica. It like, I was in the beach just swimming. And then like, when you land back down, there's like, hopefully there's still sand under you, but this freaking rock punctured my skin, the bottom of my foot, and I was like, oh my god, of all the places to freaking puncture my foot. And then of course, like, I come back and I find it. It's this weird ass green rock. If they're even like the weirder they are, the more likely I'm to keep them, put them in my book bag. But yeah, it was definitely, I collect rocks too, basically, but weird rocks. There's a story more behind them than there is like inequality behind them.
Yeah, like I'll get stuff because I think it looks cool, or I like it. I'll also get stuff as a tourist. Like if it's like I have smoky quartz from Colorado from when I first visited before I moved here. I have green amazonite from Colorado. I
Please
have
don't. Don't quit your day
petrified.
job.
Do you see what this guy said? He
Yeah.
said, wouldn't that be Costa Rica? I'll see myself.
Don't quit your day job.
That was great.
I like Anthony's pins. I've always liked to get into pins.
Oh, I'm kind of starting to get into patches a little bit. I actually that's what got me into props, is not patches, but I had friends who collected patches through work and stuff, and it was like the one had a patch that was Metropolis PD, and I thought that was so cool, like the fictional one.
Oh yeah.
That's
really
how
cool.
I was like, what would be harder to get is the actual badges, like law enforcement badges, but from like fictional law enforcement agencies. So
That'd be
that's
really
what
cool.
I started with. And I have a shadow box that was at my old job. Now it's at my current one. And I remember my coworkers I would just find them in my cubicle, just staring at it, trying to figure out what badge came from where. Because I have like Sin City, some that are like a little more vague.
That's really cool. I love that.
Boy, like the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense, I think is that one.
I feel like
Avengers.
you're mentioning all these so we could start getting into them, so you don't feel so so bad about collecting them.
And that's funny, like my freaking rationale, knowing who I am as a person as far as collecting goes, I was like, if I get the badges, those are harder to get than the patches. Like they're just more expensive to produce and stuff like that. I have my Darth Dread is like brass. It weighs a ton. Like most of them are actual metal. I have a Metropolis PD one that's from Smallville. So it kind of has like the diamond shape of like the actual Superman symbol. Gotham, obviously. I have.
What Bat Kid Voodoo was talking about, he sent me one.
A pin?
Yeah, a pin with when he sent me the black and white Batman. I keep it right here. I love this thing. The
Dang,
enamel
back here-
ones.
I didn't get nothing yet, man. What's up
No,
with that?
sorry.
Hits are tempting. Like Danny Haas is an artist I've liked for a long time. He's based out of Orlando. He did a whole. I think they're actually San Diego Comic Con exclusives. He did portraits, like just faces that were enamel pins that I think were like exclusives, and he's done Star Wars ones. There's an artist, Raid 71. And I might be saying that wrong. I always want to say Rad 71, but I'm pretty sure it's Raid. He did a series of pins, and it's like memes, but of maybe memes are the right word, but it's making fun of art print collectors. So there's one where it's like Homer Simpson, where he's like backing up into the hedge, but
Yeah.
instead of the hedge, it's all poster tubes.
That's good. Yeah.
There's one where it's the Monopoly
That's
Man,
clever.
and
Yeah.
he's got money in his hand. He's running, and there's a poster tube under his arm, like he's running to like buy posters. Um, there's one with Fry from Futurama, and he's got the whole like, take my money, and he's got like poster tubes next to him or something like that. So those have been tempting
Why
to
aren't
get.
there like more like art? Like it sounds like there's a bunch of arts collectors out there. Like there should be YouTube's out there, right? Like, or do you know any?
Yeah, I don't
That's
see too many.
it's weird. It's like
You do?
I've had people say that they appreciate me talking about art prints because it's so different and unique, and I'm like, that's the only thing I could probably say is not that my show is good, but that it's like not, at least in our community, we don't. It's I haven't found a lot of people. There's only one other person who I know who regularly does content regarding art prints and alternative movie posters.
Yeah,
And
because how are they going to compete, Cece? How are they supposed to compete with?
God.
well, not that I mean, I think when you have oh wow.
So this is Anthony Kennedy's fig pin collection or pin collection.
So damn, I wish I had. So my sister collects pins, and she has specific boards. Like she has one that is it has like the Hogwarts logo at the top, and it's like in a really fancy frame, but it's corkboard, and she has all of her Harry Potter ones on that one. She has another one that I think is Star Wars, or she has just Star Wars pins. And we're big like Disney and Universal fans, so she gets a pin for every ride. So when we went to like Disneyland for the first time, she got like Indiana Jones, that ride, she got a pin for every ride that like as soon as it opens and we go on it, she'll try to get a pin based on the ride. Um, I think I recognize some of these. Um,
I like
So-
this Thelma one. I've never seen this one before. I've seen the rest.
oh,
So
I
how,
like that.
how does this work when you do it in a corkboard? You take that backing off. Do you keep the backing separate?
You could probably just pile them up because most of them are like the
The
same.
same. Okay.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God no one said stamps.
Oh, I thought that Ahsoka one was an artist I recognized. I thought it was Bowditch, but I don't think it is. That Kalikori one I've seen before. I think that one's not. That one's nice.
I want this pin right here. Out of all pins in the world, I want this one. This is the Bowen pin. They used to give this out.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. It's really, really rare, I think. I don't see anyone selling them or putting them up for anything. So
Well, you know who just came out with fucking pins, and I'm like, God damn! One more thing I need is Matt Ferguson. I'm pretty sure it was pins.
oh, that sucks
He's-
for you.
No, he's doing an open house in is it June or July? I just couldn't I couldn't swing it, I think, in most circumstances, but I think if they do one next year, I'll definitely consider it. It's just with Celebration, I'm like, I feel like I was just there. It was like a month ago that I was in England, but they're doing an open house, and so he did these like enamel pins with his logo, I think as giveaways for people who attend the open house. And the other thing he did was he did these a few years ago. I've shown this before because I've so his logo is like the origami unicorn from Blade Runner. So he did this. This is the first one he did, and then he did a black one, and then he did a rainbow one for charity. So I got the rainbow one, and then he also did the like Grimlock Beast, the gold one. But he did these, I think, for Thought Bubble last year, the art print festival in England. He did mini ones of these where they were like yay tall, and I'm like, the second you make it miniature, I'm gonna fucking want it. Like that's horrible. So
Check this out. This is from our boy Sean.
ooh,
You need this, John.
This is. I'm digging this.
I like that they all. I mean, they're obviously all Batman, but I love that they're all like busts for the most part.
Yeah, they're like looking straight on or forward.
I also enjoy that it's what seems to be
Oh, I like this Japanese.
some sort of page. It's like a binder,
Oh
which is
yeah,
cool. I like
Hardcore
that.
collectors have
Yeah.
that's
binders.
that must be a heavy binder. That's really cool. I like the Two-Face or the Joker on the top right. Here, let me see.
Is that a Talon one?
Where?
Like next to the Dark Knight, the blue. Well, actually, between the two Dark Knight
Oh
Rises.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Is it?
that's crazy. Yeah,
Oh
this guy.
wow. Ooh, Keaton.
I like this one, John.
Yeah,
This
that's the
is-
one I was looking at.
Okay, this is not good.
Oh, look at that. I like this Japanese. Is this Japanese or what is this?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Dang, that's cool.
Well,
So
go ahead. Sorry.
so like I do collect pins, but they're all from like Comic Cons. But I put them all in my book bag. Like I'm the nerd at work because like I always carry around all my pins in my book bag. But that's where I put them. And I lost a couple too because the pins sometimes don't hold up, or someone probably jacks them.
This is cool.
You can get locks for your pins because my
I
mom
just did that.
has a few that are like sentimental. There's one I got her that actually is worth a lot of money now. It was like a Mickey Mouse, but he's a zombie, and she loves all things zombies. And so she puts that on. She has a purse that we affectionately refer to as the margarita purse because we found out, as you imagine, that we were going on a ride and she had a margarita and she didn't want to chug it. So she put the margarita in her purse and we went on a roller coaster
That's
and it didn't spill. So, and also she would just have the purse and then have the straw sticking out and just like lift up the purse and just like sip it and then just like nonchalant put it back.
Here's the same guy sent me more pins.
This is Bat Kid?
I think it's Bad Kid.
Yeah.
It's crazy, huh?
Those face ones, like that Daredevil, I wonder if that's Danny Haas.
Ooh,
thought-
I like that Daredevil. Look, it's Batman versus Spider-Man. That's funny. I never seen a binder like this. I always seen those big boards like we saw the other one. That's cool.
I like that Venom.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
that's
like
cool.
the profile Spidey.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
This
that
is so
too.
dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the other thing that's dangerous about
Focus.
pins,
Ooh, the
lot of-
Batman.
I know, right? So much for focus. We're finding more
Oh, look
shit.
at this Daredevil. What? And the bat that pairs up pretty nice. Dang. All right, what's your number, man? Those are Mondo pins. Very nice. Sword of Omens. Oh, this one right here? Hell yeah. Sorry.
I've also debated getting into challenge coins.
What's that?
So,
It's funny. Today's topic was how to keep focus.
Not
right?
happening.
Yeah, it's like we do the opposite always.
I'm like trying to figure out where my RS one is. Basically, a challenge coin would be similar to this. This is kind of on the bigger side. But this is what came with my NYC High Advance.
Oh, that is pretty cool. It's
So I have-
double-sided too.
Yeah, I don't know where the frick my RS one is. But
go
RS did one that's
If you
like
go
their
up to
logo.
somebody and just say, I challenge you, and throw it at them.
It tends to be a drinking thing.
Oh,
So, like the whole challenge is you'll basically almost like challenge them where you're like, hey, where's yours? And then they have to pull out their challenge.
okay. That's cool.
Whoever doesn't have a challenge coin on them when called out for it, like they buy the round or something.
Okay.
But I have regrets. I should have bought more. Actually, I might reach out to the guy because I ran into him at Celebration. So maybe I'll.
Focus.
You know the New Republic Marshal badge that Cara Dune gets in Mando? Maybe.
Is it in the new season?
It's like gold. It was
The
in
first season.
season 2, I think.
Oh yeah, when she.
I don't feel like
when
grabbing
she
mine.
had a job. That's right. That's right.
Yes, when she was still employed. So someone did a run of the badges before there's any licensed ones, and they also did a run of little challenge coin versions of it with like Arabesh on the back. That was really cool. So I got 3 of them. I gave one to like my mentor, and I gave 2 to 2 coworkers who are huge Star Wars fans.
Here's
And
a question. What happens when you both pull out coins?
Then that's it. That means you don't have to. No one buys the round. You're like, hey, you
That's
remember?
boring.
The restaurant pays for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So this is something I want to talk about really quick. I have my pin themes match my statue prerogatives, and pretty closely gotta buy something between statue deliveries. Do you guys ever do that? Like when you know there's statues or whatever, something from your collection incoming, like 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 2 months from now, to fill in that gap, do you feel like you gotta buy something in between? Like, why can't you just like save up or freaking like not stop collecting or clean up your freaking statue room or your collection room?
That little
Obviously not back at Voodoo, but yeah.
No. Yeah, I think that's where the Hot Wheel thing came into play. Something.
Look at those hands. That's an addictive yeah, that's an addict right there. Yeah.
I hate you. Thank goodness I don't have walls set up here because there would be prints everywhere.
I know.
We'll see.
I never go into something where I'm like, gee, I haven't bought something in a while. Let me go look for something to buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's because between what I would consider big purchases, like for me right now, it's like the NYC Batman, Batman. I wish the Batman. Why do I keep saying Batman? The Boba Fett on Throne.
Because Batman's the best.
Because I want a Batman on Throne. The NYC Boba Fett on Throne is coming soon.
That's why you kept saying Batman.
That was a big purchase.
Swear to me.
That's the only Batman clip I got.
Meanwhile, I always have art prints that they tend to. We never get a lot of advance notice with art prints. So when I'm not between like big purchases like Boba Fett on Throne, the Gaffy stick, Leia Bausch helmet, what else do I have that's expensive? Come in. Between that kind of stuff, I'm always getting art prints. And most of those, for the most part, aren't terribly expensive. Unless it's like a commission or a private commission print where it was very limited, in which case I'm having to spend more than like bottleneck prices for them. But I think that helps, if that makes sense. Like, scratch the itch is like getting little things like art prints or smaller props or like I just got actually John, I was gonna ask if you wanted me to open it on your show because it's been sitting here for a while. I got a new Batman black and white statue. Mm-hmm. It was on Amazon for like $40, and it's Brian Boland. I already have the older one.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. I rewatched last week's episode. Is it still by the door, or is it still?
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there from when I didn't have the heart to like bend down and pick it up, so I just like kicked it into my apartment. Yep,
Whoa.
It's still there.
You're like, I'm going to McDonald's.
It will be done tonight. I don't know how you can do that. I'm like, start getting antsy. I gotta open it.
And it's funny because I bought that that private commission Phantom Menace print that I showed on my show, the one that was like black and white with gold. I dropped that off to get framed Friday, so it should be ready. I'm assuming by the end of this week or so. But as soon as I got it, the friend I bought it from was like, "Did you open it? Did you open it? Is it okay? Did you open it?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't opened it yet. I haven't had a chance. Sorry, I'll open it." And he was like, "I don't understand you. Like, why haven't you opened it?" And I think if it would be one thing if I immediately had a space for it, but because I have to take the prints to get framed and stuff like that, I think for me it's like I'm not going to see it on the walls for a while, so I might as like, what's the point of opening it today? I could open it up tomorrow and I'm still good. And I'm working on that where I have to place an order with IKEA to get more display cabinets because
I got this.
Help.
I got this from Facebook Marketplace, $60 for the whole thing.
Oh, that's right. You filled in that spot.
It's probably going to be like $300 just for that, but I got it for $60.
Well,
you should do it.
I think I told you I'm going to get the short versions of the cabinets I have behind me.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Like shorter, wider ones. So it's like if I get those in, assemble them, and I have spaces for stuff, as soon as it gets in, I could put it where it should be going, like the permanent spot, maybe I'll be more excited about like opening things as soon as I get it. But until then, I'm not very. I'm very patient to a fault with that stuff.
So I got like a Comic Con coming up next week. I kind of want to like do a little, not a vlog. I'm horrible at like vlogs, but just like a whole, like document the whole thing, because taking the train. It's like a 2 hour train trip up to Philly, and I love walking through the city, Philly especially, because Philly is like kind of a mess. People there are a mess. So I'm just gonna walk a mile from the train station to the convention. But it's a whole thing, Comic Cons, like people don't really talk about it much. Where like what to get ready, what to have ready, what to watch out for. Like San Diego Comic Con, like people don't know. Not a lot of people know this, but you have to pay for parking a year ahead of time for a parking spot for San Diego Comic Con.
Ridiculous.
And it's like the hotels, they sell out way before that even starts. Probably like 6 months before it even starts. They actually open up a raffle for that to even get in to those hotels. But there's like, the whole walking experience, like Artist Alley. I think I might do one just because like it'll be probably the biggest one I've been to in the last 2-3 years.
The only thing is you don't want to jeopardize your experience for it.
Oh, no. That's why I'm not going to vlog it or anything. I'm probably going to like write notes down. Yeah, notes down and just end of the day. I'll be at my Airbnb at the end of the day. So probably just put it all together there.
I really I think Eric and maybe one other person have done videos where they just walk around Artist Alley and they just look at the booths, and it's enough for like you to see the artist name. If you see something you like, you could just Google the artist and find their website or their social media and see the full art and maybe reach out to them about buying it. I love that kind of stuff. And I thought about it with the last 2 celebrations I went to, but kind of like what John's saying, or part of me, like London especially, I had someone ask like, oh, if you do footage, like, are you gonna, that'd be awesome. And I'm like, no, like, sorry, I'm on vacation. Like, I really don't want to think about that.
There's no way. Yeah.
In hindsight, it's a awesome idea, but sorry, I'm selfish. I'm just like, I don't want to compromise my experience over making sure I film it and it's in frame or it's not shaky or what have you. Maybe down the line, but I'm not in that place yet. Plus, part of me is like, I rather encourage people to try to go out there and do it in person, like actually go to a convention, than like live vicariously through us, because it's so much better. You can't explain the differences. And it does some of the artists like a bit of a disservice to just like go through their, like do a pass over their booth as opposed to being able to meet them and talk to them and see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah,
so that's
don't
what
deodorant.
Yeah, deodorant, comfortable shoes. Like I have a lot of friends that go to these Comic Cons with like Air Force One, Timberlands, freaking Rashid, freaking boots, and I'm just like, man, you're gonna die. Like your feet are gonna kill you. Like they don't think about that stuff. But I think I might do that. But Cece, since you've been to a bunch of cons, like it sounds like, what's the best and worst thing of a Comic Con? And John, you too, if you remember the last ones you've been to.
That's tough.
I could go first because mine's just quick. While you think,
Go for it.
For the only thing for me is crowds.
Yeah.
You worst or best?
Worst.
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 I agree.
Is the crowds. It's just too much, and then waiting for tickets and this and that. Yeah.
I will say, I hate people, and I kind of agree with Carl, where it's like the best
Yeah.
is the crowd. You do end up running into and meeting and like sometimes just like shooting the breeze with people, like just waiting in line for something. And that's cool because there's that camaraderie. You're all there for the same kind of thing. But yeah, there was times it's at the last celebration, not California, but London, where I wasn't moving. Like we were in the halls trying to go from like one room to the next, and there's kind of like a big runway, and like in the middle of the runway are like little food stands, like coffee shops and stuff like that, and people are stopping for pictures and things with the cosplayers, and we're just at a total standstill, and my brain goes to intrusive thoughts of like we could get crushed, like this could be like an unsafe situation, like what the shit, like why aren't we moving? And so I get kind of panicked with that kind of stuff. I think COVID messed me up in that regard because I got so used to people staying
Distance.
6 feet from me, and I miss it a lot of the times. But I think that also the best is just hanging out with friends. And like even before I did, my first celebration was with my sister. My first Comic-Con was with my mom and my sister, and that kind of stuff it's more of like the funny anecdotes and shenanigans that just come about when you hang out with friends, as opposed to like reacting to what's going on at the convention, if that makes sense, or the combination of both. Yeah, I don't like the lines and I don't like the crowds, but
So for me, I don't know. For me, I love crowds. Like I don't mind being in
What
them.
the-
I don't mind. Yeah, I know. I'm just like a very. I talk to everybody, so I don't mind waiting in line with somebody or whatever. So the worst thing though of all the things all the Comic Cons I've ever been to has been San Diego Comic Con, and it was trying to get into Hall H. Have you guys ever heard of that Hall H? So
Never.
yeah, so Hall H is like basically it's a huge auditorium where like the most famous of guests go up to the
Podium?
they have I'm sorry?
They go up to the podium to speak.
Yeah, they sit in the podium. They sit in the podium, but so we were going for I think it was the Avengers movie, the second Avengers movie or one of those Avengers movies. But San Diego Comic Con is like near a pier, so like there's like huge pier. And my friend was like, "Hey man, we gotta camp out tonight." And I was like, "For what? For Hall H, you idiot!" And I was like, "Man, it's like 11 p.m. man. I'm gonna go because all of downtown becomes a San Diego Comic Con. Every single restaurant becomes themed, like Spider-Man theme, Star Wars
Really?
theme.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. And like that's why I was like, let's go enjoy this, man. What are we doing here? Like in freaking line, like so." He convinced me, and we slept the night before on like the sidewalk. And I swear to God, we were there from 11 p.m. And when we got inside of Hall H, we were probably like 10th to the last row to the way. Yeah, there was people there way before us, but it got so packed, and I was so annoyed because I slept so on the floor, and then like the room was so freaking cold, and the panel was like I had to get like binoculars to see the panel. It was all the Avengers cast, all of them. But I was like,
why.
yeah, but I was pissed. I was like, man, I can't even see them. Like there's big monitors in front of us, like they're zooming in to see them. But I was like, I came into this thing thinking I'd like go shake their hand or something. And I was so pissed to where I was like, I'm leaving because like this is not worth it to me. I'm gonna go because the Comic Con's still going on. There's like other panels, like smaller, like other venues, still going on inside of Comic Con. And one of my favorite cartoons growing up has been Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I read somewhere in one of the books that they had a panel at the exact same time. So I was like, sell my seat, do whatever you want with my seat, but I'm gonna go check out Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And I swear to God, there was nobody there. I got to meet the director, the voice actors. I got to take pictures with them. I like shook all their hands, like they drew something for me, and I was like, this is Comic Con right here. Not sitting in a freezing ass cold room and sleeping the day before. It was
Yeah, but it was the Avengers cast. No wonder. Although, like,
Yeah, of
Tony,
course.
like, what's his face? Robert Downey Jr. and everybody.
he was there. Yeah, Thor was
well,
there.
Come on, what do you expect?
But man, you were so far that I swear I was like, this is not worth it. This is like definitely not worth it.
I was
You
in
know
a I was in a hall like that, and it was Jonathan Rhys Davies.
I don't know what that is.
Mind you, he's been in Indiana Jones.
Oh,
What's this character's name in Indiana Jones? God damn it. Lord of the Rings. He's been in a lot, but I was like, it was standing room only, and they let me stand in the back, and I'm like, we might as well just go, and I'll just
yeah.
on YouTube later, honestly. But what screwed us up is the first Tampa Bay Comic-Con that we ever went to. We were very ignorant to the process. It was also a lot smaller then. I think I've told the story before. So we wanted to do the Game of Thrones panel and the Walking Dead panel. The Game of Thrones panel was Jason Momoa, who just gotten killed off, and he was an Aquaman. Arya, Maisie, is it Williams? And the Hound. I actually forget the actor's name, but the guy who
A
plays
tall
the Hound.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and so most conventions, I think, with panels, they have like a big ass room where the queue is, and then the next room, either next over or across the hall or whatever, is where the actual panel takes place. So they have you queue separately. Well, we found the hall where the panel was going to be, and it was about 30 minutes before the panel was going to start. And we just approached someone. We're like, "This is hall 5. Hey, can we? This is hall 5 where the Game of Thrones panel is going to be. Can we just like take our seats now and just hang out in there?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, go for it." So we were like the second row because the first
Yeah.
row was reserved for like handicap or something. So we were like the second row, and we just hung out there and just chatted and whatever for 30 minutes, and that's when they started letting people in, and we had just been chilling there by ourselves the whole time. And
For one, how dare you?
I swear, if I came in after you guys, I'd be so pissed.
it's like Jason Momoa cracked the Guinness and he starts drinking, and like right after that panel was the Walking Dead one. So what did we do? We stayed in our seats and was like, "Can we just stay here?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we just again like hung out. Um,
John, can you imagine me sleeping on the freaking floor and then the next day he's right there? It was like, where were you? I was like, I slept a good 8 hours. I got a Guinness drink from freaking Jason Momoa. I was like, God damn it.
Did I, John? I think actually both of you have probably heard this. I don't know if I ever said the story about the Return of the Jedi panel on this show before.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, funny story about that. I knew Matt Ferguson was going to be at Celebration only on Saturday. Guess who did not have a ticket for Saturday? So I was telling all my group of friends, like, I know he's going to be there Saturday. I'd love to at least meet him. But I think he's going to be there for the Return of the Jedi panel because it's the 40th anniversary. And that's the print that we're all hoping he does, like a poster for. And it's almost emotional thinking about how many people were like, "We're gonna figure it out. You'll take my ticket," or I'm probably not gonna want to go on Saturday. You could just take mine. I had so many friends like just offer me their tickets like it was no big freaking deal. Like, "Oh, like I'll probably go like late in the afternoon. Like you could take mine for the panel, whatever. We'll figure it out." Or just so Jason was like, "I have an extra one. You could just have that." So that was great. The only problem with that is we're all kind of not jet lag's not the right word, but we all had different sleep schedules. Like I was at the pub till 2 o'clock in the morning every night, and so I got to Excel Center, like the convention center, earlier than Jason, Chris, and their friends who they were meeting up with before they went in. So I was in that predicament where it's like, what do I do? I'm here early. Everyone and their mother was like, "Just walk in. They're not checking badges. Just walk in." So I walked in with my badge from Friday on my lanyard, just tucked into my sweater. And the problem with that, though, is I was also and I saw many complaints openly, like open source, like Facebook groups, basically people saying like security's shit, like they're not checking badges. I think that's weird, whatever. And so I was like, how bad could this be? So, but when I was walking in, there's so few people walking in because it was like noon that there's a group of like 5 people next to me, and they weren't wearing their badges. So a guy stopped them and was like, "Do you have your badges?" And they're like, "Oh no, we're picking them up." And I just walked past them. I had my backpack. I just grabbed my backpack, put it in front of me, and I just kept walking. So I made it all the way to the other side of the convention hall where they had the room where the queue was for the panel. And I had Steve holding a spot for me in line, and not casual, row 1-6 Steve. And so in trying to get to him, who's at the front of the line? Christian and his friends from the hyperdrive. So I was like, you know what? If this was Chicago, I would have gotten stabbed already. I'm just going to hang out with you guys if that's okay. Because I'm trying to find Jason because I don't have a badge for today. And I managed to get in here without one. I was sweating bullets. I was like, "Jason, where are you?" And he's like, "He's in the back." he couldn't find where the room was. So I'm giving him like turn by turn directions. It was like all the way down at the end of the convention hall and then downstairs. So I'm telling him, I'm like, go downstairs. And he's like, security's not letting us go downstairs. They're not letting anyone go downstairs. It was because the line was full. Like they weren't letting anyone queue. And so finally, and I'm at the front of the line and it's in corrals, like sections where it's blocked off on both sides. And then they release a line and then you walk across the hall to where the panel's going to be. So they released the first corral that I was in front of. And I'm walking across the hall. And who do I see coming down the stairs? Chris, Jason, John Simmons, and their friend Marvin. And I was like, Jason, step in line. And he steps in with me. And I'm like, by the way, can I have that badge? And he just hands me the badge. And I quickly like throw it on my lanyard. And then I walk in and people just start taking seats. And they just sit down in the VIP section. And who do I see? Another friend of mine who's like a few rows ahead. And I'm like, you know what? It's been fun. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to sit. So I sat next to my friend Sean, who's in like the third row. But that was like, I was so shocked that I was there in the first place, yet alone I walked into that whole thing with no pass. So I was like, I think it all worked out for the best. I was really glad.
Up a woman, but
SDCC, they're watching right now, so they're knocking on your door now.
Right, they're gonna be like, not this time. Nope,
It's okay.
you're not.
Sideshow's not there. No one's going anyways.
I know, right?
They're like, you won't get away with that crap in America.
Oh man, but could you imagine like that? That must have been like, it must have been awesome, but at the same time nerve wracking. Like
What's
you're
the worst
probably
they're gonna do? They kick you out. They're not gonna
but
charge you.
out. They kick you out. They like ban you sometimes. Like if you do something like that, they could sometimes do that.
Yeah, but how do they know your name?
They either grab your ID or they grab your badge and they scan it and they ban you. That's what I've seen it done at New York Comic Con. I've seen it done at a couple other cons, but the big cons, not the small ones.
Well, because I've heard that with like, I have a friend who is going to San Diego Comic Con and he doesn't have tickets. And he's like, I'm just going to buy tickets from someone. And I've been told, like, they won't even let you transfer tickets. Like, the ticket has to be, like, they won't let people shill tickets or transfer tickets or resell tickets or anything like that.
Too many rules for me. Sorry.
Well, it's because I'm like, and this is what I tried telling, I think it was Rainer, because he was like, no, you can't buy tickets like that. You can't transfer them. And I'm like, when are they scanning them? And he was like, oh, well, mine gets scanned all the time when, like, I go to the booth and I go to this. And I'm like, only if you, like, they're scanning it to make sure that, like, if you got the lottery to get into a panel or you have an exclusive, like, lottery to go to the Funko booth and buy one of their limited craps, then of course they're going to scan your badge because they need to make sure. Because, like, Celebration last year in Anaheim, I was able to get into, they had the Mandalorian experience where they had set pieces from the set. It was beautiful. It was basically like a Mandalorian museum of like props and replicas, and they had a life-size N1 starfighter. And I had people who were pissed because they weren't able to get, they were opening up the lottery at like 9:00 in the morning and they weren't able to get them. I was able to. It was attached to my badge. So when we went to get in, they scanned my badge so that me, Matt, and his daughter can go through. But if you're not doing anything like that, like me, I don't plan on going on any panels or something like that. There's no reason for them to scan the badge. And they're not asking for ID when you walk in to confirm that the name on your badge is the name on your driver's license.
I seen them scan the badges. Well, they scanned my badge at New York Comic Con only when you leave. So they basically check you out. And if you want to come back in, you have to get it scanned to check back in. They have a whole. That was like New York Comic Con. That's a pretty big con compared to other ones.
I think it's
too many rules over there.
I think it's more crowd control. They want to make sure that they're not like at capacity.
That too. Yeah.
There's less security at the airport, for goodness sakes.
Apparently not. If I was totally able to like walk in and sit down for a panel without a ticket for the actual event,
That's
like
just
crazy.
easy. That's just
Yeah.
You get lucky like that. No one's...
That's so crazy.
But yeah, that was, as someone who, it's funny, I think everyone here knows Sean Yutsby.
Yeah, USB? Hell yeah.
So he and his friends had a trip planned for Denver, and so when he was here, he was like, "Do you want to meet for drinks?" And so we did. And then afterwards, we were leaving a bar and going to another one, and I told them where I parked, and so I start walking, and they stop me, and Sean's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "The light up here for the crosswalk." And he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And like they all start like funneling into the street like they're jaywalking. And I'm like, I follow rules and stuff.
See, that's what type of stuff I don't want to see, CC.
100%.
That's why we're drinking. There's no rules anymore.
That's why I was like sweating bullets walking into Celebration with no ticket, or I'm like, oh God. I had a ticket. It was just late getting to me. So
Yeah, I think maybe next week or another day we could talk about more Comic Cons, because I have a ton of more Comic Con stories and like other stuff we collect, because that was surprising. A lot of people collect pins. A lot of people collect other stuff. That was pretty cool. I didn't think anyone collected pins, so that was really cool.
the other
I need this. What's it? I knew this was the AICC.
oh, like I'm fake. Like I'm an AI projection right now. I follow rules or break them.
Did you read this? Like every 4 hours we switch. We were trying to do that too, but one of my friends said, I give up. I'm just going to go enjoy the con. And I was like, what the fuck? We joined this. A bunch of stories beyond Comic Cons.
And Lael got pneumonia from camping out overnight in Orlando.
Yeah, see?
It was so cold. And I remember that because I went, but I didn't camp out. But I remember people talking about how it was so cold. They're having, like, people who run the convention center were bringing out, like, space blankets and stuff. And he got pneumonia because the AC was just so, because it's Florida, they crank the AC at night when they think no one's there so that it's like a reasonable temperature the next day when thousands of freaking people show up. There's something else I was going to say about collecting stuff. Oh, so your kind of like sketchbook of thumbnail size sketches kind of inspired me because I'm way overdue for a tattoo. And so I've thought of that as far as like tattoo idea is if I get just artists, if I meet artists I like from at conventions.
Oh yeah, that'd be badass.
If like that, I turn those into tattoos. It'd certainly be one-offs. You can't say that like anyone has the same one.
You stole my idea. I'm kidding. No, that's a good idea. But yeah, so I'll be at that fan expo in Philadelphia, and I'm gonna take that book, of course. But I'm trying to get everything ready before I get there. So, but if you guys find anything on the website, if you guys want signed or if you guys want anything, like let me know. Like I'll pick it up. I'll be there all 3 days. Yeah, I'll be there 3 days and taking a freaking train, so I don't have to worry about driving. So it'll be fun. But yeah, we're hitting the 1 hour mark. CC, John, anything you guys want to bring up or before we get out of here?
I don't think so. But this is good considering I had no idea what the topic was going to be. We talked a lot about interesting things.
We talked about focus for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then of course 45 minutes we're out of focus. But yeah, I'm really excited to go to this Comic-Con. I haven't been to, like I said, a Comic-Con in a while, a big one. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it compares to other ones and how the rest of it will compare. I'm going to try to go to San Diego Comic-Con, even though I don't have a ticket. Maybe I'll do the CC, jump in line and just get in somehow. But if not, I'll just hang out with Eddie and everyone else there. But we'll definitely see. But yeah, I'll try to make it to that one. And if not, if you guys want to do some Cali burritos, we could do that too. I'm down to eat all day, every day in Ocean Beach and stuff like that.
Well, and I think you know this. I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con. It'll be my first time because you gave me some.
But you're going to the Comic-Cons. Do you have tickets to all 3 days or all 4 days?
I actually have like Wednesday through Sunday
Oh, there you go. So you'll be there.
nights. I don't know if I'm even going to use Wednesday, honestly, because the reservation we made check-in's Thursday. So if I did go Wednesday, I'd have to like find some place to crash.
Okay. Maybe I could take your Wednesday ticket. No, because preview night's the best night, to be honest. It's like there's a less of a crowd than Friday and Saturday. So
yeah, I've heard Thursday is for sure, but is John snoring?
I'll mute him real quick. I think he is. Oh,
I had to sat back down. I had to move my table. Jesus.
Yeah, I do have a friend who's going and does not have tickets. So, and it's funny because I asked him, I was like, well, what days do you want to go? And he was like, the days you're going, idiot. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like,
yeah, like kind of, you don't have tickets, so
would you prefer going like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or what? Like, I don't. So,
oh, you know what? I might do that. I might just go Tuesday, and whoever doesn't want to go Wednesday, I'll go Wednesday. Whoever doesn't want to go Thursday, I'll go Thursday. Whoever doesn't go Friday, because I know a lot of people going.
one.
Yeah, I might do that. I know a lot of people in San Diego, so it'd be cool to go.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell him. Or I'm like, well, if there's a day you want to go, maybe I just won't go that day, or I'll go in the morning, you go in the afternoon, or whatever. And he's like, I want to go when you're going. Like, duh. Like, okay, fine. So, in search of tickets.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. But John, you got anything you want to bring up before we get out of here?
No, I think that we had a good discussion about focus. We've learned. We've learned that we have no focus whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, I got Fan Expo coming up here. I don't know if I'm going yet though in August. We'll see how it goes. One day at a time.
Hell yeah. Okay. Well, let me let everyone else go, and then we will be back tomorrow on. And I think I might have a special guest tomorrow. So if you guys tune into that, it'd be cool.
Ooh.
Because I was talking to him earlier today, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll join in." But you know, people say
get a
that.
hint?
That's weird. It's not- so they can't be that special.
God. So let's just say he's releasing a Hulk pretty soon. So that's a giveaway, you know? That's a giveaway. But yeah, tomorrow, if you guys want to tune in, we'll see how that one goes. But pretty cool news if he does show up tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Take care, guys.
Tonight, if you guys want.
I don't know. We'll see.
If you guys want to hop on at 11, I think I'm gonna do an unboxing, on my channel. So we'll see how that goes.
You said tonight, right?
Tonight at 11. 11 Eastern.
Okay, so like in 2 hours.
Yes, sir.
The Queen Studios guy. Sorry, no kidding.
He went into hiding.
Yeah, supposedly.
Witness protection, apparently.
It's gonna be a quiet year for Queen Studios. But yeah, you guys, John, CC, thank you for joining. And next week we'll do this one more time, and then Comic-Con season starts, so be pretty busy. But thanks again, and everyone else have a good night. And tonight, join in. What are you unboxing, by the way, John?
The Harley Quinn, Prime One Studios, Harley Quinn.
The one on the
Sitting
chair.
down on the throne, yeah.
I love the throne. I love the chair.
I know, it's old. It's a big piece. I really underestimated that piece.
You said the same thing about the Krog. You said the same thing. Oh.
It's just not good.
The thing I saw in other unboxings, you know, it's the circumference, right? The diameter. Or
100%.
whatever. Yeah, it's
The thing's
exaggerated.
That base is bigger than LBS Thor's base, which boggles my mind. I don't understand it, but we'll see.
You gotta want this life. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right, John, CC, thanks again, and I'll see everyone next week. Bye.